The movie opens in the most peaceful place imaginable, an upper-class suburban home where the coffee is overpriced and the drama is undercooked. For now. Brent, a classic midlife crisis dad, like he walked straight off of a Men's Health magazine cover called Dads Who Suffer Silently. He is hanging out with his son Josh, who is somehow 60% chaos, 30% sugar, and 10% flying toys. Meanwhile, Kendall, aka Mom with Too Many Feelings and Not Enough Thank Yous, is quietly spiraling into existential despair because her old boss laughed at her job application, and her daughter Carly treats her like expired yogurt. Carly, speaking of, she's your typical teen, moody, phone addicted, and so uninterested in family life, she might as well be in a completely different movie genre. She only wants to date her boyfriend Damon, but her parents are like, nope, also, your grandparents are visiting tonight, which is possibly the worst threat a 17-year-old can hear. This one mom literally parks her car on train tracks and walks away like she's in an indie music video. Just straight up leaves her kid behind like last year's iPhone. No notes. Meanwhile, back at house, Carly is on the phone with her boyfriend Damon, probably planning a Romeo and Juliet without the tragic ending rendezvous. Josh, in full gremlin mode, makes fun of her, and Carly tells him to get lost, which is basically her default setting. The family dynamic is already a simmering pot of unresolved tension. But for now, they're all having breakfast like it's a normal Tuesday. Even their maid, Sun Yi, and her daughter Lisa are there, which feels wholesome, until later when it's very much not. Carly begs to bring Damon over, but is denied because family time is sacred, and also because she's not legally dateable yet. On way to school, Kendall is basically a monologue with a steering wheel, talking to herself, while Carly is 100% absorbed in scrolling Instagram like she's a museum curator of bad boy selfies. Kendall opens up about visiting her sister at the hospital for a new baby, but Carly couldn't care less if her mom were visiting Mars. She might as well have said, I'm joining a cult, and Carly would have nodded, still scrolling. Josh, the living sugar rush, stays home and somehow manages to bean his dad in the head with a toy ball so hard that Brent hears his ancestors. Still, Brent is a cool dad, so he just shrugs it off. Anyway, permanent brain damage. Then he goes to work, not knowing he's basically clocking in to murder his kids later. Meanwhile, at school, Carly's delinquent bestie Riley is introduced, a girl who screams trouble, detention, and I vape in the bathroom and I'm proud. The vibe is off, and not just because the teacher is trying to control a class full of hormonal teenagers with nothing but a whiteboard and hope. School quickly becomes the Hunger Games, Parent Edition. One by one, kids are pulled out of class by their parents, who are waiting outside looking like a flash mob of the Shining extras. Carly and Riley are like, why is this place turning into a Stephen King fan convention? One mom even jumps the school fence like it's American Ninja Warrior. And when she finally hugs her kid, yeah, she uses her car keys like a DIY murder weapon because this movie doesn't believe in subtlety. Kids start running, screaming. It's a stampede of backpacks and trauma. Teachers are clueless. Police are confused. Carly and Riley are lucky. Their parents are late to the apocalypse. Meanwhile, Damon finishes his exam and walks into a horror movie and finds the house in a mess and his father oddly silent. After cleaning up and taking out the trash, Damon notices his father is not there and the TV has turned to static screen. Suddenly, his father appears behind him and goes full Terminator mode the moment he sees static screen and slaps him without warning. Acting dazed, and Damon's like, can we not? His father grabs a glass bottle, breaks it, and attacks Damon, injuring his hand. As Damon tries to escape, his father falls and accidentally stabs his own neck with the glass like he's auditioning for a D-list slasher reboot. And Damon pieces out harder than a guy who just got ghosted by his own survival instincts. Kendall, meanwhile, cries in her car with the sadness of a woman who has defended her bratty daughter too many times, only to get ignored like she's the ad before a YouTube video. Riley's mom keeps heating up Kendall to make her angry. Your daughter stole from you? Let me twist that emotional knife for you, over brunch. While the two mothers continued to gossip, their daughters were studying together in the same class. When they got to Riley's home, Riley started vibing with drugs. Carly is just trying to find out what's going on from the news. It's not good. And then Riley's mom goes full horror movie and kills Riley mid-drug break. Well, that escalated quickly. Carly ends up witnessing her bestie's mom go full Norman Bates, so she runs, smashes that final girl button, and teams up with Damon to save Josh. But Brent, the dad, has now officially gone bananas, hears the static at work, and starts screaming like he just found out the Wi-Fi is down. Kendall, on the other hand, is at the hospital watching her sister give birth, which seems sweet until the baby's mom suddenly tries to hug it to death? Static noise turns motherly instinct into let me squish it. It's like Alien, but instead of a xenomorph bursting out, it's postpartum rage. Mom actually tries to choke the baby like she is entering the most traumatizing birth ever Olympics. Kendall snatches the baby like she's in a live-action Disney rescue scene, and doctors hold off the mother who suddenly wants to win Worst Parent Ever 2025. Kendall, watching the news, turns out this isn't just parental stress. It's possibly a neurotoxin released by shady people who really hated children. The chemical flips parental instinct from protect to kill with rage. But now everyone at the hospital is giving off Omen vibes, just staring at their infants like they're contemplating baby back ribs. So she calls Sun Yi the maid, who calmly says everything is fine. Back at the house, Carly and Damon arrive to find Sun Yi casually mopping blood off the floor like she's in a cleaning product commercial for serial killers. Lisa's dead. Yup, the maid killed her own kid, and now things are full psycho grandma mode. Carly finds Josh, who hid during the murder like he was playing hide-and-seek with Satan. They prep to escape, but then Brent arrives looking like a barbecue victim. And suddenly, it's Die Hard, Family Edition, and gets pissed off when he finds Damon at his home looking around. Brent, in full rage, knocks out Damon when he tries to stop him from trying to murder his own kids like he's hunting Pokemons or something. The kids hide in the basement. Mom arrives and joins the murder party. They drill the door. Doesn't work. They try gas. Yes, gas! Kendall and Brent pull a Breaking Bad and try to gas them out, like with actual gas. But wait, Josh, the unhinged legend he is, has already grabbed his dad's gun from the safe because the code was, wait for it, his birthday. Of course it was. A shot through the door buys them time, but the gas is spreading. Carly rigs a trap with matches, escapes through the vent, and when Brent knocks down the door, boom! Gas plus fire equals to Toasty Dad. Carly's mom suddenly reboots from her unconsciousness like she's a horror movie version of Windows XP, and the first thing she does? Not wonder, where am I? Or why do I smell like smoke? Nope, she goes full Terminator mom mode like, where are my children? Carly, who just climbed down from the ceiling like a budget Spider-Man with anxiety, accidentally makes a noise, which is basically the horror movie version of, I'd like to die now, please. Mom hears it and goes full Michael Myers meets Tiger Mom, stomping up the stairs like a one-woman SWAT team. Carly runs to her room, the classic horror defense move, and manages to lock the door. But doors in horror movies are just suggestions. Her mom bursts in like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, and Carly is like, nope, so she bites her mom's injured arm like she's trying to activate werewolf powers. It works, kind of, because Damon suddenly regains consciousness. Seriously. Someone give this guy a Boyfriend of the Year award. Finally, they shove Carly's mom into the wardrobe and slam it shut. Like they're trying to bury their childhood trauma. The mom goes silent, too silent, and everyone's like, cool, maybe she's dead? Nope. The wardrobe bursts open and, surprise, she's holding a shattered coat hanger like she's about to audition for Final Destination 6 Mom's Revenge. And then she stabs Damon in the face, through the cheek. Through the cheek. His entire dating life? Over. And she hits him with a hammer, throwing him off the attic. Carly and Josh run straight into Dad, who is back from unconsciousness and ready to turn this house into battle royale. And now it's parent versus child to the death. But with love? Maybe? Anyway, Carly and Josh are cornered. All hope is lost. And then ding dong, like an Amazon package from hell, the grandparents arrive. The mom's like, oh right, Mom and Dad are coming for dinner. Except they brought pepper spray and a knife instead of casserole. And guess what? They're infected too. Grandma pepper sprays and Grandpa stabs Brent right in the gut like it's Thanksgiving massacre. But Brent is like, not today, Grandpa, and still chases Josh. Josh tries to defend himself and gets inside Dad's favorite muscle car, and Grandpa is still trying to murder his own son, which is a lot to unpack. Carly's mom then tries to stop her mother-in-law from killing her husband, which is basically a live-action family group therapy session gone horribly wrong. Carly's mom chases her outside and is about to kill her like she's collecting trophies, but Grandma steps in to help, which is kind of sweet, until slam. Brent starts the car and flattens his own mother. Just bam! Out of here, Grandma. Grandpa also gets thrown out of the car like he just lost a Mortal Kombat round and dies. Carly gets up in shock, and her mom tries one more time to end her life. But Damon, with the hoe, comes in and smacks her in the head. And finally, the kids tie their parents up in the basement like the world's worst escape room. The parents are like, "Let us out, we love you." But the kids are like, nope. Carly's like, "You're not even my real parents anymore." And the parents go quiet for 2 seconds and then rage out like evil is their new personality. Carly and Josh are in tears, like they just realized they should have appreciated their parents before the attempted murder part. And the mom says, "We love you so much." And the dad goes, "But sometimes we just want to kill you." And that's when you realize this movie is basically Home Alone meets The Purge meets Therapy is Expensive. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, share, and subscribe to Rorschach Explains. And let me know which movie do you want me to explain next. Don't forget to tap the bell icon for more recaps like this one.